What's up, everyone? Reckless Fox here. Welcome to episode 65 of the ScrubClub Game podcast, where we are the folks and jokes that you probably question why we're up so late and why we're doing this all of a sudden. Well, we are the average Joes that tell you everything that's going on in the gaming industry, and sometimes, you know, especially for slow days, movie industry, comic books, just geek culture just in general. And rocking with me tonight is my homie from the land of the rising sun, Mr. Xforce Gamer. Take it away.
How's it going, everyone? This is Xforce Gamer 88 coming to you live.
Alright.
Pretty much talking a lot, how should I put it? A lot more calm this time around.
He's been hitting that blunt a little too much.
No.
I'm joking.
I'm a little worn out, so yeah.
I am too, man. Daylight savings sucks. Which that actually brings me to my opening comment. My opening comment is, shouts to everyone in LA and around the world. If you were affected by daylight savings last night, I honestly feel for y'all. I woke up because my clock said it was 8:30, not 7:30, and I was almost late to church. So, yeah, aside from that, another opening comment is, just saw Captain Marvel. We did, myself and Dagger Boy from Morphin Network. We reviewed it. It should be up later this week. Very solid movie. Flawed, but very solid. Good, not great. 7 out of 10. I won't stop y'all from watching it. And because we're live streaming and recording this on a Sunday, International Women's Day would already been passed. So for everyone, for all our female listeners, and especially to our girls Jen and Cece, happy International Women's Day. Late International Women's Day. Hopefully y'all had a good time that Friday night, and hopefully all y'all went to go see Captain Marvel, because that movie is about to clean up house in the box office. With all that being said, we got some stuff to talk about. Not too much. We ain't gonna take up your time, guys, like we usually be doing. But before we do all that, as always, we do some housekeeping. If you are new to the podcast, you already know we do this. Well, actually, no. If you are returning, you already know what we do. We do this live on Twitch. And now, for those of y'all who are new, you're like, you know what? This is a very interesting podcast. But you know what? You know, my baby mama's bugging me. My kids are bugging me. My waifu's bugging me. My husbando's bugging me. Like, I got some stuff to do. Well, don't worry. This entire episode will be up on our SoundCloud page later this week, which is probably going to be tomorrow, as I'm going to be editing this and editing the Captain Marvel review. And with that being said, chat, we love you, man. Shouts to the chat, we love you as always, and shouts to our recent follower, Pastry Mom, much appreciated, coming from Lancaster, I found out. So yeah, thank you very much. And you know what, if you guys, as always, we always say, just be lively. Let us know what you're doing this Sunday, because we are recording on the Sunday. And, you know, if you feel as if, you know, I don't want to say anything dumb, which we always say, there's such a thing as a stupid question, unless you ask or you respond with a really dumb answer. Until that fateful day where you actually want to open up to us, it's okay. You just email us, then now forever, at ScrubClubGamingBookings@gmail.com. That's ScrubClubGamingBookings@gmail.com. You can email us any kind of questions, comments, concerns, advice, and business inquiries, because we're doing business with the indie folks out there. You got an indie game that you want us to review? Hit us up and we'll give you the honest, truthful answer about it. Now, you can find us on Facebook and Twitter, type in ScrubClub Gaming, and bam, ScrubClub Gaming is all up in your home. Spread the good news of ScrubClub Gaming podcast, and always find us on our YouTube page, ScrubClub Gaming, where we put all our episodes of the ScrubClub Gaming podcast, video versions, up on our YouTube page. We're going to be 2 episodes, now 3 episodes behind. We apologize for that. Our editor, GC, is currently really busy with work and school, and he's a father too. So, shouts to GC if he's watching this, man. Just get these episodes up as soon as possible. That's all I have to say. Don't rush, but we need these episodes up. And you can always find us on our mother page, SoundCloud.com/ScrubClubGame. That's SoundCloud.com/ScrubClubGame. Now you want to get a hold of us? You want to subscribe for peak time? Find your boy Reckless Fox on Twitter and Instagram at @the_Reckless_Fox. Find him on our YouTube page, Reckless_Fox. And you can find all my latest gaming content and Let's Plays on twitch.tv/RecklessFox. And that's not an insult, that's just a fact of life. And if I'm not holding it down, the Southtown region flex and Geese Howard style. Xforce, where can they find you?
They can find me at twitch.tv/XforceGamer88.
Alright, and with all that being said, let's just ask how your week was. I'll go first. This week's really great. I got my car. I am now officially a driver. I drove around last night before daylight savings kicked my butt for a good 45 minutes to get a nice, cool feeling of my car. Drove around my campus parking lot. There was a car that was totaled to Kingdom Come that was in the parking lot. I'm like, why the hell would you leave that there? try to hit up some girls that I know around the area, and all of them were either busy or were knocked out. And yeah, I got paid a week and a half ago, so you know I'm paying some bills. I'm about to retake my CBEST because I failed it, unfortunately. And
that's a shame.
It's all
That's
good.
a big shame.
Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna beat myself up about it, because I'm gonna say it like this: if it's not in His will, then I'm not gonna. Then I know the next time I'm gonna do right. I'm gonna make sure I study nice and hard about that, nice and hard, and make sure I get it 100% on everything. I'm about to buy my ticket for WonderCon, which is gonna be at the end of the month. And myself, and for those of y'all who don't know, I'm a big wrestling fan. So y'all know that I'm a big WWE fan, but you also know that I do like the indie scenes. I like up and coming wrestling promotions. Myself and Red Star from Morphin Network are going to be in Las Vegas, Nevada for All Elite Wrestling's Double or Nothing. So if you are a listener in the Las Vegas area, and if you got a ticket for AEW's Double or Nothing, and if you're staying in the MGM Grand Hotel, hit me up. I will love to go out, y'all. We can go get a drink, party like it's 1999, as all wrestling and video game fans come together for one big event like this. I'm super excited for that. And yeah, GC and I are about to get our tickets for E3 as well. So I already know it's gonna be an action-packed summer, and that's pretty much it. Xforce, what about you?
Yeah, it's been a calm week. I'm actually randomly learning how to play guitar.
Really? Regular guitar or bass?
Both.
Nice. Hey, if you ever want, my brother is really good at guitar. He used to play for a band, so if you ever need advice, let me know.
But I'm just playing to see how it works. Because I currently don't own a guitar, but I'm still learning it so I could teach someone else how to like the ones who's actually really learning the guitar, how to play it, that kind of thing. And because I'm more on the music series side, I could teach them about the more theoretical side of music, like the intervals and chords, that kind of thing.
I feel you on that. Hey, and Xforce, girls love a dude who could play guitar, especially one who could play one really, really well. It's not just hitting the strings, so keep it that in mind. And how should I put it? For those who don't know, I actually play piano personally. That's my I actually do know that. Your sister told me that too.
Yeah, so that's my primary instrument, and how should I put it? I like to compose music. It's very therapeutic in general for me. Now I know you like the wrestling one, so I get to promote this part of the sport. For me, in this case, I'm into the racing scene in general. So, but as of late, I've been watching Super GT, which is basically Grand Touring but faster in general. It has two classes in it, which is a GT 500 and GT 300. Now the cars are actually faster than what their classes indicate, whereas GT 500 going around over 635 horsepower, I think, and GT 300 going 500 horsepower in this particular instance. And plus, they actually feature very interesting teams like Good Smile Racing featuring Miku. There's two other anime teams. One of them is actually returning, which is featuring a virtual YouTuber in there, and the team is Pacific Racing. They've been racing for quite a while, and they pretty much got back in the scene. So that team should be looked out at. They're actually a middle high tier team, if I remember correctly. And we have the EVO Racing team. They're low tier. Don't bother with them. So we have Good Smile Racing, top tier team. Pacific Racing, mid to high tier team. Because I wish I know more results about them, but they seem to be solid. And EVO Racing, just pray that they actually finish. Yeah, I also got quite a few new games as well. Like, I pretty much got a new game, which is Dirt Rally 2.0. It is very brutal. It's a brutal racing game, and I love it. They actually come with a new rear drive class as well, which is pretty much the modern one. So you could drive a Porsche in dirt, That's fun. Anyway, so with that said, quick news. This one's quick news. Smash tournament is up already, which is let me see what it is. Smash Ultimate Summit is already it's pretty much already there as it is. So if you're missing it, you can watch it. You can watch it right now. There's a rerun going in right now, actually. Now I'll let you take over now.
Okay. There's a piece of quick news. Some of this news is actually not related to video games, but some might be very important, especially for those of y'all who are trying to become doctors and stuff like that. So before we do that, if you are a type of person who does cord cutting, like myself and Xforce try to do, Sling TV right now is $15 a month. It's for a limited time only. So if you are thinking about getting a streaming service so you can watch live television, try checking out Sling TV. It's 7 days free, as well as Pluto TV, since Viacom just bought that from Nas. I think it was what, $34 million. So check that out. Now this is for the doctors. So guys, they just found there is reportedly in the UK someone with HIV has now been officially cured. You can actually check that out on the New York Times. And
are you sure it's like it's not?
Go ahead.
Is it? Are you sure it's officially cured?
Yeah.
Huh. I thought it's just they just worked on the second case of it. Like they got a second confirmed successful case.
This is well, like I said, this is coming from the New York Times. HIV is reportedly cured in a second patient. A milestone right now. I think it's somewhere. I think it was somewhere in the UK. It was in London. It was in London. Yes, it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's now officially able to cure it, but we're not at the state where we can reliably cure HIV at the moment. But it is possible now.
Yes, exactly. So hopefully we get some more. Hopefully we get some more updates with this. Like more people start getting cured. Because if it is likely or not, we can probably get that. We can probably get. I think the U.S. we should get the next dose. And then take all that cure, take the medicines that are needed to cure people, and send that to Africa because they need it too. So
it's gonna be like getting rid of polio all over again.
Hey, and I'm pretty sure we're gonna get those. We're gonna get them NyQuil style HIV pills that Quagmire took in Family Guy when he got AIDS again. He's like, well, time to take my NyQuil. Oh, goodbye AIDS, hepatitis, HIV, and every other STD and STI, and just went away from like 3 minutes. We're gonna. Trust me. They're gonna be in tablet form soon. Also, there is a new. There's a new. You know those stupid challenges, like the ice bucket challenge and stuff like that.
Oh no.
No. This is a positive one. It's called the cleanup challenge. And I just found, and this is coming from Reddit of all places. Apparently right now there's a new challenge where people find a boatload of trash, let's say like in a parking lot, or let's say in like some on the freeway and stuff like that, and they clean it up. You can actually find it. It's actually probably the best challenge I've ever seen. I likely or not might randomly one day go on the highway or go where like Balboa Station is on the Orange Line and just like go a little further around the Woodley Station and just clean up right there because there's a ton of trash over there. So yeah, and I think that's all the quick. No, but yeah, hold up. Alex Trebek, if you guys are big Jeopardy fans, just announced that he has stage 4 pancreatic cancer. So our thoughts and prayers do go to Alex Trebek. Cancer. Hashtag F cancer. I will always go with that. Hashtag F cancer. And with all that being said, let's get started. Let's try to talk about some positive stuff. And first piece of positive news is we're supposed to talk about EA. So, for those who don't know,
positive.
Well, I don't know. Let's try to talk about it real quick. So, Anthem, PS4 copies of Anthem recently have been breaking people's PlayStation 4 to the point where the game freezes the entire PS4 up, and or shuts the entire console down completely. And
breaking it?
Yes, breaking people's PS4s. And currently EA is under investigation. EA is actually asking for help to find the diagnostic on why this is doing that, and this is coming from Eurogamer saying, and in which people from EA are saying, if you see this, please report it and stuff. And I'm gonna go first. Yo, EA, how you're at? I don't know. Maybe I'm reading it the wrong way, but is EA literally asking us to help them? Shouldn't EA already know how to fix this? I'm not trying to come at this as being a dick. This is actually a genuine question.
I legitimately don't know what to say about this one, except it really sucks for the PS4 owners, honestly.
I'm kind of glad I didn't buy it on PS4.
Yeah.
Because I was literally about to buy the game the day the day this article came out. I was literally about to go up to my local mom and pop game store and buy a copy.
Now, they're saying the PlayStation console, PS4, and PSN crash info. I personally don't think the PSN IDs it should be there, unless they're just doing it for the sake of identification to contact them. But other than that one, the PSN ID should not be a requirement in this particular context, at least for EA.
Like I said, I really do hope EA does find a solution to this, because because it's been going on for about a week and a half now since our last podcast. So hopefully they do find a solution, because this does suck. Like, Anthem already, let me put it like this, Anthem already is getting a lot of flack because apparently it didn't live up to people's expectations, or it was like the whole how a lot of YouTubers are talking negative about the game, and then the whole controversy with Angry Joe and stuff like that. Like, I honestly don't want anything else bad to happen to Anthem. I want Anthem to succeed. I want to say this right now. I want Anthem to succeed. I don't know. Screw EA. Look. I hope EA crashes and burns. I'm talking about BioWare. I want BioWare to succeed.
Struggling really bad.
I know.
It's struggling really bad at the moment.
We'll blame EA for that, but like, let me put it like this: I can't really say too much about Anthem because I personally have not played it. Now I can't play it because apparently it might destroy PS4, and hopefully they do find a solution.
It's on PC then. Done.
Nigga, do you have a freaking graphics card that will be able to run Anthem?
We're both running the same graphics card.
Okay then. Have you tried running Anthem on your PC? Have you even bought Anthem?
No, I have not. No, I have not.
Okay, when you buy Anthem, let me know if that game destroys your graphics card. Because I'm sorry, a 1050 Ti.
Wait, is it high specs?
Yes, it is. Anthem's spec. Let me check. I don't want Anthem game specs.
Like, what's the recommend?
Here, I'm about to find out. I'm going to find out right now. I'm finna find out right now.
Hey, that actually reminds me. How should I put it? Remember when the specs are required just to play the game instead of having a good experience?
Okay. The minimum specs, you need to have at least to be playable. You need to have an you need to have an
actual playable.
You need to have an NVIDIA GTX 760 or higher.
NVIDIA 760.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Now the recommended. I'm gonna try to see if I can find the recommended real quick. The recommended is an NVIDIA GTX 1060. Oh, okay. So
we're in the ballpark.
We're in the ballpark, yeah. I mean, we'll probably be playing with like medium to high resolution, but I think you
not
want
necessarily medium to high settings. You mean?
Yeah, medium to high settings.
Easy.
Yeah.
I mean, we can run it perfectly if we run it at 480p.
How about this? When I get paid next month, you want to grab Anthem on PC and see if it goes?
If you're willing to get from me,
I'm considering buying you a copy of Anthem. Okay.
Just for us to.
Yes, I already got my free copy of Destiny 2, so.
I mean, that'd be cool.
And I know Cece's playing Destiny 2 right now, so.
Yeah. Anyways, this one is actually not in the list, but this is gonna be a generic Overwatch massive patch changes for the PTR kind of thing. So yeah.
But it's PTR. There's nothing really to patch. But thank you for letting me know that. But yeah, so
yeah, that's
so
a one.
yeah, EA, get your stuff together, man. We all want Anthem to succeed, man. We here at the ScrubClub podcast are not gonna be the crap talkers like the majority of YouTubers are about EA and stuff. Don't get me wrong, EA has been taking a lot of L's, and we will call them out on their crap. But for Anthem, we want this game to succeed. It looks good, it really does, and it plays very well from what I've been told. We don't want this YouTube culture to destroy what we think could be a really promising, great game of 2019. So please, EA, fix this. Fix it.
You know what's really sad? The internet culture is just hype and popular opinion. That's about it. You pretty much don't get the whole picture at that point.
I think we exited the norm of trying the game out for yourself instead of just looking. Me on wrong. I have played games that certain reviewers have said sucked. Some I think they're wrong. Some of them I'm like, okay, you're right about that. But yeah,
it's to the point where I'm gonna say it straight up. It's to the point where you have to do your own research. You can't rely on one person anymore. Like
Metal Gear Solid 5, I have wholeheartedly said that I think Metal Gear Solid 5 is a good game. Did it deserve the 9s and the 10s from all the gaming journalist websites and stuff like that? Absolutely not. That game was flawed because of the fact that Konami can suck all the dicks in the world for what they did to Kojima and to the game itself. So,
but in general though, is overall what comes to game is as a consumer, look for the kinds of game you personally do want to play, and pretty much judge it for yourself. Basically, example for let's put an example. Okay, give me a random game. Give me a random game to work with.
Samurai Showdown.
I don't know how to.
All right, King of Fighters 13.
There we go. Basically, if you're hoping for an SNK game to play, this and as an entry, this is for you. If you're too used to, if you want to get into it as a beginner, you need to look for a friend to work it with. That's an example, by the way. That's just an example, like in terms of recommendations of what the game reviewer should actually say. Because that's a proper way. That's because you're properly giving them recommendations if you really want to play that game. And another game I could make an example of is Dirt Rally 2. I mean, I'm a big fan of racing games in general, but I would never recommend it to a beginner at all. It's hardcore at its core. Now, this is something interesting to mix. If you like roguelikes and you like racing games, this is the game for you because it's procedurally generated. Because the courses are always different. You know what I mean?
Right.
So because every course is different, like it's randomly generated, you'll have a blast trying to race through the rally stages. But it's really hard. If you're looking for a challenge, this is a game for you. Because it's genuinely difficult to play.
Hey, Xforce, too much water. 7 out of 10.
Oh my god.
Anyways, all right, we gotta move on. So we're actually not done with EA just yet. So apparently the new Star Wars game, Fallen Order, there will be more revealed about the game this coming April. This is coming from DualShocker. That apparently the Respawn Entertainment and the head of the game and the director of the game will be talking more about it. For those y'all who don't know what Fallen Order was a game that EA abruptly announced at last year's E3, talking about what the game's going to be about with no gameplay footage, and it just sounds like the dude was talking out of his butt. But yeah, we're gonna be getting a little bit more insight on what the game is about. So, thoughts on this, Xforce?
I'm just looking at it. LucasArts are actually working with it. What?
Wait, what?
Because I was looking at the preview. It says Respawn Entertainment, Lucasfilm. Oh wait, never mind.
Yeah, you said Lucas. I thought you said. Yeah, I'm like, no, it's not LucasArts, Lucasfilm, bro.
But yeah. All right.
Here's my question. Here's my. Oh, actually, no. Sorry. Go ahead.
You go on first.
Here's my question, because they said that this game takes place after the events of Order 66. How would you want this game to be? Would you want this to be that open world? Would you want to be like kind of like the open world game that they had canceled?
I don't think an open world benefit Star Wars in this case. They have to make the universe itself extremely solid before they can do open world justice. So I would generally say linear story will work in this particular context.
Mm-hmm.
But I wish I could give a better. I wish I could explain it a little better, because this is something I'm not very familiar with at the moment. If you so
no, I get what you mean.
Sorry about that.
No. Your response is almost the exact same. Is like almost my response, because again, we don't know too much about this game. Like, it really is hard to make an opinion about it. I mean, we know Respawn's gonna be working on it, and let's just face it, Respawn's killing it right now with Apex Legends, and because of Apex Legends, more people are going back to playing Titanfall 2, and Titanfall 3. I think may or may not just got announced. I don't remember if they announced that they're gonna be making Titanfall 3, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna be doing it. But
from what I heard, when it comes to development of Apex Legends, they pretty much took everything that's great about the
Fortnite,
the non-Titan gameplay, the non-Titan gameplay, and just refine it to the point it's extremely polished.
Have you played Apex Legends?
I want to try.
Dude, try it. It's on PS4. If you have it on PS4, we can do a couple of matches.
It's free, right? It's free, right?
Yeah, it's free.
Oh, sweet. We could do it, actually. Do I need to make a new account or something?
Okay, that's the problem. EA, first, let me put it like this. And anyone who watched me play the game on Twitch recently, the biggest problem with the game, the PS4 console version, apparently it will find your super old high school email and say you're using that instead of your actual email. I'm going to finally solve this problem with EA. I'm going to be emailing them soon about this, but after you get, because trying to log into Origin on a PS4 is like the worst thing ever, and I honestly think Origin needs to go die in a ditch.
You just remind me of Origin.
Yes, Origin needs to die in the ditch. EA, we know that you're not going to be at E3 this year. Oh yeah, I forgot. EA is not going to be at E3 this year. Yay!
Yeah. How's it yay in this case?
Because nigga, I don't. Look, I'm gonna come at this unbiased. They don't really have a lot to show aside from and the games that they're gonna be showing. I mean, let's just face it, we already have Anthem. I mean, Anthem was EA and BioWare's baby for the past 2 years. It's lackluster right now, but I'm pretty sure they're gonna be improving this game throughout the rest of the year. Okay.
Would it be like Final Fantasy 14, whereas like Final Fantasy 14 has a really crappy launch, but
yes.
But after one update, it's gonna be like the best game ever. So
that's a great comparison, Xforce. That is a great comparison. Shouts to you. I'm gonna give, you know what? I gotta give you a clap. Really? Yes, it's kind of like Final Fantasy 14. It starts, launch is trash, but I'm pretty sure give it like a good 5-6 months, the game's gonna be like lit as all get down. So yeah, Anthem's out, and they're about to talk more about the Star Wars game in April. There really is nothing else for EA to do at E3. I mean, unless they're gonna apologize for Star Wars Battlefront 2, which is not gonna happen. But that's about it. There's nothing much else they can do, and Apex Legends is killing it. I mean, what are they gonna do? They're gonna unless you're gonna tell me EA is gonna have their little booth that they usually have outside the convention center and have like some Apex Legends tournament, which they're probably not gonna do. They'll probably be inside inside the LA convention center. Then that's fine. But other than that, yeah, I mean, so EA and Sony are not coming to E3 this year. So
EA and Sony, I would say that's actually pretty interesting. Yeah, this is probably actually going to be interesting for the gaming industry landscape. That we have two big gaming companies not attending. Well, Sony is technically not a gaming.
It's not a gaming company. It's just
but it's just an as an overall entertainment company. Like and actually, they pretty much have an overall strong market share on all fronts. They're pretty much doing music, movies, and even games.
And apparently, you can now use Sony music, like Sony licensed music for your YouTube videos. They made a deal with YouTube and Facebook where you don't get hit with a copyright.
Wait, I can use Sony-based music.
Yeah.
Oh snap!
So so that with that excitement in his voice, people get ready. Xforce will be making his debut on YouTube very, very soon.
No, it's not necessarily on YouTube, but
or Twitch.
How should I put it? I still want to figure out if I'm going to start doing YouTube. I'm not going to expect YouTube to be my primary. Well, overall, I'm not going to bother with monetization at that point. But I want to actually find out which content I actually want to put on YouTube, because at the moment, my stream is not great at the moment, because I'm just doing variety streaming at the moment, and it's just not going very well, in my opinion.
I would say this. I mean, we're gonna move on in a minute, but I would say this. You know what I do, Xforce? I have a set schedule where they're like, Metal Gear Thursday. That's my baby. I play Metal Gear Solid games on Thursdays and Thursdays only, unless I skip a day. And like, you know what? We're gonna have a bonus Metal Gear day. Other than that, strictly Metal Gear Thursday. Then Friday and Saturday when I stream, either Friday or Saturday it's the podcast and I play something else, or I play a multiplayer game. So let's say I'm playing Apex Legends, or I'm playing Overwatch, or if I start playing if I think about jumping back into Fortnite, which probably might not happen, but you get what I mean.
Don't bother with it. You're already playing Apex Legends. That's array enough that's already enough to stay out of Fortnite for a while.
Right.
Actually. And
Tuesdays when I stream, I dedicate that to playing games on my PlayStation. So like right now, I'm running through Mortal Kombat X's storyline, so I can get ready for Mortal Kombat 11. So that's how I stream. So you just gotta find your craft for that. But I think we'll save that on how to be a proper streamer or a decent streamer for the Scrub Lounge this week. So we gotta move on.
We'll talk more about it privately. After this one.
All right, and I kind of want to get this out the way because I think this is a very serious topic. So Steam recently blocked the a game being released on their platform called Rape Day. Now, for those of y'all who don't know what Rape Day is, Rape Day, last week or the week before, let me check when this article was even released.
It's
last Friday. Throughout all last week, there was a game that was supposed to be testing the algorithm of Steam on what can be put on Steam's web service or not. This game is quintessentially about you raping women during the zombie apocalypse, correct? I want to make sure I'm getting this right.
Let me look over it.
Yeah, you go ahead and look it over.
It's a visual novel by I hate visual novels. They're not even true games.
This is coming from Business Insider of all.
Yeah, that's so. If it comes from Business Insider, then is it big enough? Then is it big enough for in terms of policies, the business policies at least?
I'll just read a little bit of it. Okay. A controversial video. Alright, Rape Day. A controversial video game from the indie developer Desplant centered around committing sexual violence against women. While the game was viewable in the Steam store for weeks and was scheduled for an April 2019 release, Steam now says Rape Day presents unknown costs and risks to its business. The creator of Rape Day, Desplant, said that they followed Steam's policies and disclosed the game's offensive content before it was listed on the store. Like other games with sexual content, Rape Day was hidden from Steam's usual search results, but searching the exact title or the word rape alone would allow users to see the access the game's Steam listing. Users were not able to pre-purchase the game, but they could add it to the wish list while Steam completed their content review.
I'm just going to say straight up.
Go ahead.
the game is a high risk game, honestly. Like in terms of from a business standpoint. But in general, though, are we really mature enough to even look at the subject seriously? Because I find it really sad that we're still not mature enough to even handle the more mature subjects, the ones that are a little more on the darker side. The people are not mature enough to talk about it in a serious light and in a proper manner. It's kind of ridiculous at this point. I mean, we may not be able to experience it. Maybe someone else might have experienced it, and that actually might trigger something in them. It's like a PTSD in this case.
So I actually found. Sorry, continue.
That's the risk, at least. If you go that the community, that not just the people are not mature enough to handle the subject matter itself. And based on a developer, while I don't know the contents of the game, did he handle the subject in a careful and proper manner? It's very delicate. But
so I actually found.
Oh, go on.
I would say I actually found more news, info about this game. So this game, this is coming from Daily News. This is them saying it's a controversial video game in which players commit sexual assaults, including rape, necrophilia, and incest, in order to advance the plot.
It's a degenerate game already. That's straight up.
Here's my thing, and I'm gonna take the helm for this. Do I think Steam did the right thing pulling this game? Yes, I do. You wanna know why?
This game should not exist. If it's there to, sorry about that, but I just want to get this one.
Go ahead.
This game should not exist because this is literally trying to
start shit.
Yes, by principle, is starting shit for no reason. We don't need those. We really don't need those on the store. If it's handled more delicately, I'll let it pass. But it's not.
I'm a firm believer of the First Amendment, but sometimes that could go way too far. This is a good example of it going way too far, or someone abusing it to a certain capacity. Why on earth would anyone want to make a game about rape? Like, and the game is called Rape Day, so like you already know that's pretty much the premise of the entire game.
I'm just gonna. Okay, visual novels are not considered games. They're just interactive novel.
Understandable, but if it is licensed and if it is being marketed as a game, like a visual novel video game, like some games that are out there and stuff like that, like some of those other indie games on Steam where it's supposed to be like a novel, but you're still playing it like it is a video game. That's what it is. Again, who the hell would want to make a game about this? Like, and I will take what you say, Xforce. Or do I think that people are mature enough to talk to see a game about rape? No, but here's the thing: why would anyone want to see a game about someone being raped in the first place? Especially for people who may have been sexually assaulted and stuff like that, and find it where video games is like their way of coping, or like their way of like unplugging themselves from the real world and stuff like that. Why would someone watch or play a game that would cause so much trauma?
Even if we're not talking about the subject matter, I really don't like calling it a game. This visual novel looks like a piece of trash already, quality wise. It looks like a piece of trash. I mean, the characters look ugly. You know what I mean? It just looks ugly.
Yes, like I said, I honestly, I really wanted to talk about this, and I really want Jen to be here too, because I want to get her side of it. But, dude, it's just ugly. Like, it's an ugly thing to do to make a game like this, or a quote unquote game like this. And if you want to make like a novel about this, then why don't you just write a freaking novel? Like, there are plenty of novels and books out there that do talk about taboo subject matters like this. and people read them and they do research on it, and they even use it as a thesis for their for college and stuff. But why would you want to put something like this on Steam? Honestly, I do commend Steam for doing the right thing. I don't give a damn if they were following the protocol and the policies to get this game on Steam.
It's by principle, basically.
By principle, and it's the same thing I said about the whole R. Kelly thing on ScrubClub. Whatever happened to standards? Like, sometimes, like, it's not about, well, this is a free, like, no. Think if I would, if you were a person, like, why would I want to, it's like this. If I want to make a game, why would I want to make a game about the Klan killing people? I would never want to do that. Or anyone should never do that. Or a game where you freely have a woman like abort babies and stuff like that. That's not cool. Like,
whoa.
What?
Oh my god.
What?
Why did you give me such an imagery on that one? Like, why?
Exactly. Like, and that exact reaction that you have, Xforce, is probably the exact same reaction people had when they first announced this freaking title. Like, there is no reason for a game like this. Like, common sense would tell you that, you know what, maybe I shouldn't make this game because this could potentially traumatize someone, whether it was someone who has been sexually assaulted or not, or may know someone who's been sexually assaulted. No one should play a game like this, or a quote-unquote game like this, or read a visual novel in a gaming format like this. You get what I mean?
Let's make it fair for this one.
Go ahead.
This is not the only game about. Rape. There's actually other games that are about this one, but the others are more on story based though. They're more story oriented in that case. And the ones I'm experienced with are from Japan specifically. But even then, the quality. I'm just going to speak from the quality game. Quality game is shit, by the looks of it already. You get what I mean. So I want to move on right now.
I will say this: I actually got one of our followers actually did private message me and said, as my stance on Rape Day as a rape victim, and even if I weren't a rape victim, I don't endorse the glorification of rape, but it is also a gray moral issue about being strictly a fantasy, like how there are debates about making robot sex dolls, but as far as this being a video game, I am 99.1% against it. Well, thank you, man. I appreciate that. Like, yeah, it's a great issue, but at the same time, I think it's an issue where honestly we shouldn't touch it.
This is
for right now.
Let's put it this way: it should be touched, but it needs to be carefully threaded, and not in a sense like, she got it was done against her will, and then she just became a mutant. And like, no, we need to see like we have to look into what psychological effects happen in their head and that kind of thing. Just like how Injustice handled abuse very well. By the way, relational abuse, they handled it extremely well, and they should follow their example. Injustice 2, of all things, a fighting game, and they handle serious subject matters very well. Or
wait, what was that one indie game that came out, that one game of the year back in 2017?
Lisa.
Yeah, I think it was the one where it talked about
Lisa's another good one.
Yeah,
it talked about serious subject matters that are. I wish I had played it to get a better context, but Lisa did. I saw a lot of them say that Lisa handled it very well. The subject matters itself. It's actually legitimately a mature game. Right. Legitimately.
All right, so let's move on. I actually want to talk about something on a happier note. So
yeah, I'm just getting depressed with that.
No, it's all good. So let's talk about some silly news real quick. So the Sonic poster just came out. So for Sonic the Hedgehog, thoughts on this? Thoughts on it, Xforce? Tell us how you feel.
Conflicted.
Look, I'm gonna put it like this. You want to know the difference between this one and Pikachu? Detective Pikachu. At least with Detective Pikachu, there's love put into it. It's still they still look like Pokemon, even if they do add some sort of realism to it.
And they have put Ryan Reynolds in there, and he actually did Detective Pikachu justice. Actually,
that's the difference. This looks terrible. I don't want to beat a dead horse with a stick. But this looks terrible, bruh. So bad. Wow. That's all I have to say about that.
We should watch it anyways.
Oh no, we're already watching it. I already know we're gonna be watching it. What's up? Oh, what's up? Yo, here comes the Audible. The nigga that's late for the party. GC, aka Godchild. What's up?
Hey, what to do? It's your boy Godchild. God bless y'all.
We're doing good, man. We used to some really, some really good stuff. That's all I will say about that. But yeah, like I said, this movie's gonna be hideous. No, Sonic the Hedgehog. It's gonna be bad. But we're still gonna see it though.
Well, let's put it this way. Our first impression, it's just not gonna.
The trailer hasn't even come out yet, so we can't really make a final judgment about it.
But we can say for our first impressions, like, what the hell is this shit?
It's like Suicide Squad. It's like, remember when the Suicide Squad poster came out with all the Suicide Squad characters?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the only people that actually looked kind of dope was like, Rick Flag, Harley Quinn, Katana, and Deadshot. That was about it. But
you know what's really interesting? They actually use Suicide Squad's Harley Quinn for Injustice, which is actually pretty cool.
Of course they were gonna do that. Of course.
And I was looking at Rich Review Tech. He was basically saying the same thing, and I guess he came across an artist on Twitter basically Photoshop the right face and the right texture on the body of Sonic, and it just looks realistic where it looks like Sonic. And it goes to show and everything, like, you know, come on, guys. Like, you're a company, you're a movie industry company that's worth billions of dollars, and an average person could do the job right.
Hi, Justice League. You thought we forgot about that mouth? What that mouth do, Henry Cavill? I'm joking. But yeah, that poster looks hideous. Speaking of action, but on a positive note, Oscar Isaac from aka Poe Danvers from Star Wars, aka Apocalypse from X-Men Apocalypse, actually wants to play Solid Snake in a live-action Metal Gear movie. I'd be okay with it. I think Oscar Isaac would be a great Solid Snake. I mean, he has to bulk up a little bit more, but I think he could pull it off. Thoughts?
You know what?
We need more proper. Actually, not proper. Let's just hope that the movie industry actually does video games justice.
Hey man, they did justice to Alita Battle Angel. Alita Battle Angel was fire. So if they can do that, they could probably do something with Metal Gear Solid. Considering the fact that Metal Gear Solid plays more like a movie than a video game for most of the part.
Yeah, I mean,
let's just hope they actually do that part properly.
I mean, if they would have got, like, you know, Kurt Russell back in his prime to play as Snake, where he pretty much played as Snake in Escape from New York and Escape from LA. So, I mean, if they would have got him back in his prime, then yeah, they would have pulled it off.
In terms of video game music, I'm not video game music. In video game movies, look no further than Uncharted 2. There is no way you could screw that up.
Hey man, I mean that Nathan Fillion short movie that they did during E3, that was pretty lit. Like by the way, GC, screw you for saying I had fake games when I was cosplaying like Jack Krauser. Screw you, still.
You want to move on?
Yes, let's move on.
Yeah.
So, but let's get into some fighting game news real quick, and then we're gonna be heading out. So, the new trailer for Power Rangers Battle for the Grid just came out, which introduced the story and the plot. So, the game story mode will be borrowing heavily from the Boom Studios Power Rangers comic books, in which Lord Draken, which is the evil version of Tommy, is the main villain. They showed off some more gameplay, and there is a good 20-minute gameplay footage with commentary with the one of the heads of the game, Justin Wong from Street Fighter fame, and we finally got to see some new gameplay footage. And I'm not gonna lie, the game looks.
Sailor Moon, actually, like in terms of synergy, honestly.
I would say this. Well, you say it looks like Sailor Moon. I got
the Sailor Moon fighting game, by the way. And Sailor Moon fighting game is actually pretty good, surprisingly.
Well, the fighting mechanics kind of remind me of Marvel's Infinite versus Dragon Ball FighterZ.
exactly. I was gonna say that too.
In terms of the IP, it definitely feels like the Sailor Moon fighting game, but the gameplay looks like a Marvel style, that kind of thing.
Well, I know it's gonna be 3v3, so we already know that they're gonna be bringing that in. But yeah, for what I saw in the gameplay, because so far when they showed the game off, all you had was Tommy, Jason, Gia from Power Rangers Megaforce, and Lord Draken. And apparently I think rumor mill, I don't know if this is true or not, I don't know if it's actually been officially announced, but the Mega Defender from Power Rangers Lost Galaxy, you know, the one with the cape and the gun, and he could transform into a giant version of himself and get into the giant Toro Zord. Apparently, he might be one of the new characters going to be put in the game. I don't know too much about it. I actually got to look through my Power Rangers sources to let me know if that's been confirmed. But thus far, from what I've seen from the game, I'm actually kind of impressed. The game does look like it could be a very solid game. And again, because of the fact that it's borrowing from the comic books, I have no problem with the story overall, because the story to Power Rangers Shatter Grid is very, very good. So if they're borrowing from that, I have no problem with the story, and I think it'll be in good hands. Now, I want to see more. I actually want to get my hands on the game, so hopefully, Enway and Hasbro.
Feel like Gundam all over again.
Yeah,
honestly.
Hopefully, Enway and Hasbro does release like a demo of this game, because the game is gonna be cross multiplayer, because it's gonna be on the PlayStation 4, the Xbox, the Switch, and Steam, and it's gonna have cross multiplayer. So hopefully,
oh, snap. That's cool.
Yeah, I think we confirmed that when we did the whole highlight when I put it on YouTube. No, it wasn't even confirmed yet. So it will have cross multiplayer now. Netcode and stuff, that's still another big thing. So hopefully, someone can ask Justin Wong about that on YouTube, or on his Twitter, saying how's netcode going to be? Is it going to be doing GGPO, or is it going to be doing, the ARC systems and stuff like that? Like, what's up? So,
but this looks pretty hype, actually.
Funny thing is, this game comes out the week after Mortal Kombat 11.
Oh no!
Which now begs to.
That's bad.
That is a bad release window.
Exactly. Thank you. Someone actually agrees, because I was talking about this on Morphin Network with Dagger Boy and with just Dagger Boy and Red Star. Well, I think Red Star was just watching to see if we're gonna start a fight. But I did mention my only issue with Power Rangers Battle for the Grid is that Mortal Kombat 11 comes out the week before this game. So how are sales gonna be? Like, I understand, and I even put it up on the Morphin Network Facebook page. 80% of people said they're gonna be buying more Battle for the Grid before Mortal Kombat 11. I'm like, and I did say, guys, put your Power Ranger bias aside. Look at it as the FGC, and look at it as a fighting game. I said straight up.
Look in terms of the industry as a whole. Let's put it this way. Let's classify Mortal Kombat 11 as a AAA game.
Exactly, and I'm like.
And this one is like a AA game. Let's classify this. Let's classify this as a AA game for the sake of argument.
Quick question.
Plus, Mortal Kombat is consistently a good series as a whole. So it's going. So
we don't talk about Mortal Kombat versus DC, people, in case you want to know. Continue.
Yeah.
Quick question. Do you think
this is going to affect sales heavily, like regardless of quality?
What are you about to say, GC?
No, I said, do you think Power Rangers have good enough potential to reach Evo?
Maybe not this year.
No, not this year, but just in general.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if Justin Wong if Justin Wong is working on the game, likely or not, it's going to be making it to Evo at some point. Like, I mean, hell, if Street Fighter Cross Tekken made it to Evo and that game was janky as all get down, this game, whether it's good or bad or just okay enough to play it, it's going to make it to Evo.
But let's put it this way. So, because it's next to Mortal Kombat 11, this is going to be an issue on sales. However, if we got a lot of support from the fans, then it can pretty much overcome the deficit in itself. And if the game is really good, it can get people to eventually buy it as well, and developing more. Now, the one thing that's great is that Justin Wong is working on the game, so that should give it some that should give it some edge in terms of sales. So that's actually a good start, surprisingly.
That, and I think marketing is going to play a key factor in this case, because if you don't market this game correctly, like how Capcom didn't market Marvel Infinite correctly, or Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
You mean Lawbreakers? Lawbreakers just died.
Dude, that game's already dead. I mean, didn't Homeboy quit?
He got depressed. He didn't want his baby to die. The Lawbreakers game.
Well, he should have. Well, he should have done a better job at it.
He actually did learn to take into consideration what's happening.
Sit down, be humble, head ass. Anyways,
he actually did become humble. Actually, after that one, there's also the case of Battleborn. Now this is.
Oh, you mean Struggleborn?
Okay, you mean Blunderborn?
Flatborn.
But anyways, more seriously though, Battleborn. Release date near Overwatch.
Dude, my friend swore up and down Battleborn was better than Overwatch. I'm like, did you even play Overwatch yet? Like, no. I'm like, play it. Because I at least played Battleborn. Wasn't impressed by it, so...
It's you're saying it's great. I'm not great, but it's decent, basically, right?
Exactly, yeah.
You know what's really sad? I legitimately hope that Battleborn didn't fail, because they actually did pour their hearts into that one. It was just sad. That was just sad, honestly.
You know what else? You want to know what else is sad? Leaks.
What?
Leaks. And we're about to segue into it. So, for those of you who don't know, Mortal Kombat. We're going to continue more fighting games. Mortal Kombat 11's roster got leaked reportedly, and there were a lot of reports about this through IGN, through GameSpot, including our good friend Maximilian from YouTube. Maximilian dude actually did an entire video about this. We're not gonna.
He's not happy about it.
He wasn't happy because he actually personally knows some of the people who work at NetherRealm. I'm gonna say this right now because apparently this was an inside job. I think someone got super pissed or something like that, and decided to leak the information to the media, which is kind of a really crappy thing to do. I'm not gonna say too much about this. All I'm gonna say is this: people.
It breaches NDA. It breaches the NDA agreement, basically.
The NDA, the Embargo Act, and everything like that.
It's not even about the Embargo Act. It's just NDA as a whole. Because that's classified as trade secret until it gets released. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm gonna say it like this. People don't look. I'm pretty sure by the time we talk about this, there probably already be a ton of YouTube videos about this, which there are. But we're gonna say it like this: we won't talk about the leaks because we all refuse to look at who is on the roster. Because this is the same thing that happened in... Remember when Mortal Kombat 9 came out and someone leaked the entire roster? Xforce, Xforce GC, do you remember when Mortal Kombat 9 someone leaked the roster out?
I did not remember that one. But there's no other leaks that I remember though.
I remember that because I remember Hard News. I remember Screw Attack.
Yeah,
their show Hard News that covered it. I remember that for sure.
Now, in terms of Pokemon, I actually actively try to avoid any and all leaks and such, and all speculation, and I succeeded, and I thoroughly enjoyed the Pokemon game as a whole. But as long as if you're active about avoiding leaks, you will probably have a good time as a consumer. But if you are if you're pretty much a content creator and or part of a media outlet, reporting leaks is pretty much part of your job, and it sucks, honestly.
Like I said, look, I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna say it right now, guys. I will say this on behalf of everyone in ScrubClub. We refuse to go to the norm of reporting information about characters being leaked. We will tell you the characters got leaked, but we're not gonna tell you who got leaked. We refuse to do that because we're not dicks. We're just letting y'all know right now. Integrity. let's talk about Evo once again. So, for your show who did not listen to the last podcast, the Evo lineup was announced. The 9 games are going to be on the main stage: Street Fighter V Arcade Edition, Tekken 7, Soul Calibur 6, Mortal Kombat 11, In Birth, whatever that stupid anime fighting game is called. What's the name of it again? In Birth, Rebirth.
It's Under Night In Birth, latest, I think.
Yeah, Under Night In Birth, where the hell that game is called. Smash Ultimate, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Blaze Blue Cross Tag, Soul Calibur 6, and Samurai Showdown, and Tekken 7, of course. I think I named all 9 of them.
You said Soul Calibur 6 twice.
Okay, so Soul Calibur 6, Insight In Birth, where the hell that game is called.
No, Under Night In Birth, latest.
In Birth, Blaze Blue Cross Tag, Smash Ultimate, Dragon Ball Fighter Z, Street Fighter V Arcade Edition, Mortal Kombat 11, Tekken 7, and Samurai Showdown, or Samurai Sunset. What is it called? Samurai Sunset is being called now? I don't remember. Samurai Spirit. No, they're calling it Samurai Spirit now, apparently. Yeah, watch the trailer again. So, apparently, what game that's not going to be on the on the main stage this year, and we did talk about this, was Smash Brothers Melee. In fact, Blaze Blue Cross Tag, apparently, we found out, replaced the game, and people were pissed.
It was Cross Tag that replaced the game.
Yes.
As much as I bash on Cross Tag Battle, this is a good. I would say let's give it a shot in this one. Also, because I watch Evo Japan, it's gonna be jank. It's gonna be total jank. And so yeah, I'm going to expect the same thing that's going to happen in this Evo, the main stage Evo. But it's kind of interesting that now for Inburst, it's been in the side tournament for a long time. It actually got the main stage, like the Under Night Inburst. So it's pretty much worthy of it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because there's a good scene there's actually a good fighting scene for it. As for the others, it's as expected. You know what I mean?
Right. I find it very funny. I was reading some of these YouTube comments on Maximilian's video, and I've watched the react of people getting pissed about about Melee not being at Evo this year. Here's my thing to the Melee players, guys. Look, and I know we're about to beat a dead horse with a stick again, but we have to address this again. We're gonna do it.
Just stick with it.
Well, I'm not going to. I'm just gonna say this. Melee had a good run, people. It's time to retire it. Play Ultimate. There you go.
Oh. Yeah, I was about to say that one. It had a good run. Even a lot of players say that already. It had a good run.
Like I said, look, I may not like Melee players for a lot of reasons, but the game was at Evo for years, okay? It's time to retire it. Retire it, hang its jersey up in the rafters. It's done. Move on to Ultimate. Ultimate's the next big thing. Or try something new.
Let's put it this way. Ultimate actually united the newer Smash players and the Melee players.
Exactly. So, come on, guys. It's not, I mean, you don't see us complaining about Marvel 2 and Marvel 3 not being at Evo. I'm just saying.
Those fighting games don't get the same luxury as Melee did.
Or Third Strike. I mean, do we have to talk about Evo Moment 37 again?
And then Third Strike has great animations, by the way.
Exactly.
It has amazing.
I'm upset over the fact that Guilty Gear XR just not could be at Evo. I'm more upset about that. I'm upset about DOA 6 not being at Evo because of the whole controversy bullcrap that happened at Evo Japan.
Oh yeah, that controversy is. Wow.
That was stupid. That was really stupid on the fact that DOA didn't even make it.
It's honestly a shame. I would actually love it to see it because we're actually missing quite a bit of 3D fighting games, which is pretty.
Oh wait, Xforce, did you get DOA 6 on PS4?
No, I did not. It's not a game series I'm actually personally not interested
Yeah, you beat my ass, and you and I were beating each other's asses in DOA 5, bruh.
Yeah, it was, the counter mechanics busted. It was just stupid.
Oh my god.
It was just dumb.
Anyways, GC, quick thoughts on the quick thoughts on this real quick.
Nah, I mean, cause like it's really like pretty much not really a difference, even though that's pretty much their go-to when it comes to Melee. But the thing is, you see Melee players playing Smash Ultimate anyway, so pretty much so it's pretty much like more like you say, like a unity between, like I said, the new players and the old school players. But when it comes to the skill set, when it comes on the competitive part of going toe to toe, whatever, that's going to be something new that I'm pretty much expecting, and a lot of people look at it that way. Because think about it, this is the first year that Smash Ultimate is going to basically be an Evo. Also, meaning you're going to have Melee players versus, like, you know, you can say Brawl or even Smash 4 players, you know, going head to head. You'll never know who's going to be top 8.
Or Project Gen players.
Yeah, so you might see Hungry Box, you know, you might see Zero, you know, because you already know he's coming out of retirement just to play this.
By the way, good news, Zero actually got his fire back in for competitive Smash, so we're gonna see him try to get the throne again.
Yo, GC, didn't our homie Captain Andrew, wasn't he pitching Zero coming out of retirement like freaking Dragon Ball History of Trunks, where he's to save the last survivor to beat who were the two people who made Evo finals for Smash 4 last year? What are their names again? The Asian boys. The Bandana players.
Oh, Captain Zack and whatever the other guy's name is.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luma and Captain Jack.
Yeah, wasn't freaking Captain Andrew talking about how like he did like Zero coming out of retirement is essentially like how when Goku came back to fight Nappa and Vegeta, like he's coming back from Snake Way. He pitched us like this is gonna be like an actual like this what like. Luma and Captain Jack were essentially Thanos combined, and freaking and Zero is supposed to be Captain Marvel. Oh man, dude, Evo's gonna be very interesting this year. I'm gonna have a good time this year. But yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I got on my show notes. Do you got anything else to say, Xforce? Yeah, Discord's acting up, guys. I can't get Xforce nor GC back, so yeah, I think Discord's is acting up right now. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's tonight's podcast. Thank you guys very much. This is episode 65 of the ScrubClub podcast. And my closing comment is, yo, Captain Marvel. Like I said, Captain Marvel was a solid movie. Go check it out. And yeah, like I said, myself and myself and Red Star from Morphin Network will be in Las Vegas, Nevada on May 23rd for AEW's Double or Nothing weekend. So if you are a big wrestling fan and if you live in the Las Vegas, Nevada area, hit me up, guys. I'll be there. I'll be chilling and everything like that. But yeah, and I think I can speak for Xforce and GC. They're glad to be back, and we apologize for the hiatus for the podcast. We've just been super busy. So other than that, guys, we are officially done. So y'all know what to do. You can email us at ScrubClubGamingBoogies@gmail.com. That's ScrubClubGamingBoogies@gmail.com for any questions, comments, concerns, advice, and business inquiries. Love doing business with you indie folks. You want find us on Facebook and Twitter. Type in ScrubClub Gaming. Bam! ScrubClub Gaming is all up in yo home. Spread the good news. The ScrubClub Gaming podcast. Come on, do that. You can also find us on our YouTube page, ScrubClub Gaming. We're going to be putting up this episode and the previous 2 episodes of the ScrubClub podcast up on our YouTube page. And you can find us on our home base, SoundCloud.com/ScrubClubGaming. That's SoundCloud.com/ScrubClubGaming for all previous archived episodes of the ScrubClub podcast, Scrub Lounge, ScrubClub Cinema Presents, and ScrubClub Retrospective Reviews. Anyone get a hold of us? Who wants to critique time? Come on. Find me on twitch.tv/RecklessFox for all my latest gaming content. Follow my YouTube page, Reckless_Fox, and you can find me on Twitter and Instagram at @Reckless_Fox. Yes, I did it completely different. You can also find my boy, Godchild15, at Twitter and Instagram at Godchild_15. Follow on his YouTube page, Miss Godchild15, and follow him on twitch.tv/Godchild15. And you can follow my boy Xforce Gamer 88 on twitch.tv/Xforce Gamer 88. And you can find the rest of the fam. You can find my homegirl Jen at Genmessina, GenMesina on Instagram. Find her Genpink2 on on Twitter, and we're gonna try to get her to keep doing our YouTube page as well. Find our girl Cece at Cece Sands on Twitter and Instagram, and find her on twitch.tv/CV Animations, and find our boy Bajimxenn at Twitter and Instagram at Bajimxenn. That's BAJIMXENN. I had to spell it out because you can't say it right. Well, that being said, guys, thank you very much. This is the ScrubClub Gaming Podcast, and as always, peace out, bless up, I keep on recommending 20 hours or less, and I bid you all adieu, goodbye, and good night. Bang! Deuces!